Hey all brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome back to Satisfactory. I've been very busy off camera again. Ooh, I'm stuck on stuff. And I have rigged up all of the belts and all of the power going into our new framework build. Now we've got to do is power the miners and get things up and running. So we need some power over there. That should kick into action. The light's gone green, so that's good. We need some power in the iron as well, so we can start getting our steel. Ooh, come on, let me up. So we got materials coming in for both of these. The coal has already gone into our foundries, so we've just got to wait for the iron to come in before we start getting steel ingots, and then we'll be all good to go there. I just want to watch like as each bit of production comes into action. I need to power up the other copper mine as well, but this will process into steel ingots, then it goes up to the steel pipe production, and from there, oh, these things are kicking off. Good. There we are. Steel ingots. What about you? There we go. Come on. Show me the goods. There we are. Awesome. We do have some copper slowly coming in, but I want to go and plug up the other copper mine first. I need to bring some power over from somewhere. Bring it over from here. Why not? It'll do for now. Alright, yeah, we'll just build that into the belt. Why not? Didn't know we could do that. I could have just powered it off one of these lines, but fuck it. I brought lines over now, I may as well use them. Right. And you, I believe, should be overclocked to 200%. No, you're not. You're a Mark II miner. That gets me the stuff. I know I've been here for a while. Go away, Fix-It Inc. I've been working hard to make sure that things are up and running. Leave me alone. Right, so copper is slowly coming into the machines. It's just arrived. We've got to wait for the rest of it to show up first. Here it comes, soaring in at a maximum speed. Now, 270 a minute on this belt. It's completely full, and it is glorious. So we can watch the split happen all the way down. That's looking nice. And all of these should just start showing green lights across the board. Yeah, it's looking good. So we should end up with, eventually, a full belt of, I think full 270 ingots. Although I do need to change up these belts here, because they need to be able to support 90 ingots a minute. So that's got that bit sorted. Everything should be hunky-dory now. And yeah, that belt looks full. Fantastic. Let's go to the next floor. So we've got steel pipes aplenty. That's looking good. Copper wire there, and we should start seeing a healthy amount of cable coming in through here soon. I'm hoping that this system's going to work nice and efficiently. We're just waiting on materials to start coming up here. Yeah, we've got ingots coming through. Is whether my belt splitting... Look, this is a hell of a mess of a belt splitter. Because we've got 270 coming into this splitter, then I've got 120 coming off this way, it splits down into 60 twice, and then, yeah, 30's coming off of that line to go onto here, to go off to these ones, because they need 30 a minute, or 90 a minute, sorry, and then everything else is remerging here, coming up around this way, and then splitting here, so that we have 180. Oh, fuck it, yeah, I need to upgrade these belts as well, don't I? Mark III's on all this. Because I need... Is it full belts of 60? I can't remember my maths on all of this. So 270 minus 90 brings down to 180. I need... right, so I've got 30, 60, 120 needs to be coming down this way. So that can go to a Mark II. These are the fine-tuning bits that I haven't finished figuring out yet. And then 120 down... Well, I'd say 120, it's not quite that. But we definitely need 120 going that way, and then whatever's left goes off this way. So Mark II belts should be more than enough for this, because we need 60 over there, and then 30 over here. Yeah. So, why are you flashing yellow? What's wrong with you? I need to go and figure that out. Am I giving it the wrong recipe or something? Pretty much everything else is showing green. So that's good. I think it's just you that's the problem. Yeah, I set you to cable, not wire. Because I'm an idiot. There we go. And we've got green lights on everything else. It's all functioning. It's all good. Power is looking great. I did expand it a bit more with another 8 generators. And we've got capacity to support another 8. So we can push it up to 2,400 megawatts. And then, right, so we've got how much in coming out of all this? 90. So we need a Mark II belt going into this. We need a Mark I going into this one. And then a Mark III going up a floor from here. And that'll do. Let's go and check on the next floor. Because those bits haven't been connected properly. Because I'm clever like that. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I haven't actually connected all the state of production up. But all of the cable is going to where it needs to be, so that's something at the very least. And which one was going to be which? That's a conveyor lift 1, conveyor lift 2. Oh yeah, because they don't need full belts of everything. But what I do need to do is splitters. So we'll put the steel pipes on this line. I'll probably bring these down a little bit as well. I think that's connected. Kind of looks it. We need a Mark II belt coming out for all of this. And then you can connect in down there. This thing can come around this way. And connect up like that. There's a Mark II lift. Good. And now we've got materials coming in for all this stuff. So let's go and check on state of production. See it kick into action. We've got the recipes. Good. We just need to see them getting the materials. And they're off. Phenomenal stuff. So these machines should all have their cable supplies. All completely loaded. Fantastic. That's what we like to see. And we have stators on the belts. Not bad. So these will perfectly support all of this setup. I've got a container over there for storing the automated wiring as well. Now we just wait for them to enter the machines and we can move on to something else. Or we can start looking at bringing supplies over and plugging them into the space elevator. And then we can send off the next milestone or the next phase of production. Which one are you going in first? Oh, you're going off this way. How much do you need to produce? You only need one, so we'll start seeing these automated wirings very soon. Takes 24 seconds to produce one, though, so when I say soon, it'll be a little while. Oh, there it is! Oh, look at you, you funky-looking thing. Ooh. You look pretty cool. Into storage it goes. Ta-da! We've got our first bit of automated wiring. So we now have every item needed for the next space elevator phase in production, fully automated, and it's just fantastic. So now we've got to get all of these materials back to the space elevator. But I have done a little bit of updated work around by the space elevator. I wanted to make things feel a little more homely. I wanted to get things a little more established over there. So while we wait for a little bit of a supply to build up in that, I thought I'd get ourselves back over there. I mean, you know, it's nice to admire all of the stuff that we've built over this way. But I think we need to travel back in style. So, whoop! Let's go! I finally got around to building some hypertubes, and this is just an awesome way to travel. I love this. This is actually the first time I've used this line as well, so this is just awesome. Right, whoa! Oh, nice! But yeah, I've spent a lot of time off camera, more time than I spent off camera building all of that up and connecting everything. I spent more time redoing all of this, so it's just looking pretty funky over here. You know, we've got obviously access to all of the input ports, and I wanted to chuck some I wanted to chuck some of these struts underneath all of this so that it looked a little more feasible that this thing would be on a massive platform that's not built solidly into the ground. And with the hub, you'll notice that that's disappeared. I've made it a little bit of a bunker. I did the opposite of what we did in the last save. So previously we had things built up on a massive kind of platform for it, and instead I built it this little kind of, you know, underground cubbyhole thing that the pod can just launch out of, which is just awesome. And through here we've got, like, you know, the craft bench there, the hub terminal, and then we've got you know, a nice equipment workshop, the MAM, a couple of storage containers for things that we want to keep hold of. It's overall looking really nice, and I can't remember where this pipe goes. Where does it go? Oh dear, this might be going a bit fast! Help! 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 Ow! Oh, that was fun. I just thought that was a really dumb thing to want to try out at some point. Is just launch myself with these things. That's nowhere near as fast as you can go, but eventually, oh, you can be sure hypertube cannons are going to be a thing. And it's going to be awesome. But for now, what I want to do is start plugging the inputs for things into the space elevator, because I've never really done it this way. I've always just kind of carried things over by hand, and we're not producing enough to warrant, you know, really fast speed belts or anything, so we're just going to use Mark 1s, and let's get some stackable conveyors to just help transport things over. I'm missing concrete. Well, that's not a fucking shocker. Also, this is the new extension to the coal power. We've just got, like, additional pipes in under everything. I've tried to keep things as neat and tidy as possible. Slightly redesigned a couple of little bits just to keep things looking consistent. Overall, I think it's looking pretty good. It's nice to see, like, you know, the pipes kind of stacking on top of each other. It does look pretty cool. And I overhauled the concrete production as well. These are Mark II miners on both nodes now, so we're supporting 4 constructors as opposed to 2. And massive industrial storage container for, like, keeping hold of it. Or for stockpiling, you know. I've been doing a little bit of work. I've been busy. Oh, what? I can't bring the belts in like this. Why? Alright, if I remove... I can bring him in like that. That's just really fucking annoying. Because I can connect the conveyor lifts in, but then I can't connect the... Oh. That's just dumb. Alright. I'll have to do it a different way. Just connect it like that. And then we'll have to take lifts up from here. Let's work from the top and we'll bring belts down to meet up with things here. Right, now I need to bring some foundations out. So I need to be able to get these belts in and around things. So that's going to be our smart plating. Very nice. And we'll just bring this around here. We've got a ways to go before we can drop them down to the belts there. But what we could do, bring conveyor pole, say there, get another one there for the versatile frameworks. I'm pulling the belts the wrong fucking way, aren't I? Doing it all backwards. Bollocks to that. Let's connect that there. Get rid of this last piece of belt. Connect that like that. That like that. And we're sorted. Brilliant. So what I'm thinking, I might try and bring some... Ow! Fuck. I hate it when I do that. Let's get some more wool along all of this. And that would be enough to get us all the way along here. We can use the wall mounts to bring materials along. And hopefully a manner that will look alright. Okay, I kind of fucked up my placement on it, but it's looking okay. I'm just going to leave it like that for now, actually. Fuck it, we'll plug it all in. In you go, in you go. Get those materials loaded in, because we need 500 of each of them. So we may as well just let that stock up. See if, yeah, it's starting to load in. Brilliant. Happy with that. Now we're going to bring that stuff over. It's going to be a bit more of a slightly bigger job because it's a further distance. So I'm going to grab some more iron plate. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. Okay, how much of this have we built up? We built up enough to do the next space elevator phase. So that's pretty good. I just need to bring a lift down from up on high. And I can do that, no problem. Cool. Connect you up over there. And there we go. We've got the parts we need on their way. So I say we head back and just wait for them to show up. Boop. God, that's fun. Definitely, that's my new favourite way of travel. It's just phenomenal. So we're about half done on the materials for, well, the smart plating and the frameworks. Literally just waiting on the, you know, by the time the rest of it shows up, that lot will probably be done. But this is really going to kick our power into overdrive, so how much are we consuming now? Ooh, yeah, I'm glad I expanded that. If I hadn't put that extra expansion on, we would have flipped the fuse. We would have shorted the circuits and everything fucking ages ago. Because some of these peaks are, yeah, 1.29. And we were only capable of 1.2 before. So, yeah, well worth spending the time on that extra expansion over there. I really need to get the other side rigged up as well so that we can get it up to 2.4. But that's going to take a while. Just because the pipes are fucking fiddly. I mean, it'll get done. Just not now. Now, I am wondering if, once we get this phase of production out of the way, if we're going to need smart plating, versatile frameworks, and automated wiring anymore. Because I know previously, like, it switched over to things like heavy modular frames and computers and other stuff, didn't it? For the next phase. Or it was something to that effect. I can't remember exactly what was required. So, but I'm assuming that there's going to be some kind of, you know, what would the right word be? I can't quite think of what I'm looking for, but unique parts, unique components. Proprietary, I think is the word that I'm trying to look for. You know, it's something that is only useful for this one thing, can only be used in this one circumstance. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll have more of the smart plating stuff, maybe we'll have things that will need to be produced with smart plating and versatile frameworks and the automated wiring or whatever. Maybe those will go into components that go into the next phase. It's just a matter of waiting to find out. And fucking hell, I really should have used, like, quicker belts for this, because I'm going to be waiting a fucking age for all of this to show up. I mean, once it gets here, it'll be like a couple of minutes before this thing's loaded and ready to go up to Victor, but otherwise, it's just, Jesus. Couldn't have picked a slower belt. Okay, well, it's about halfway there. So that's something. I mean, we've got a lot on the belt. There's definitely enough here to get the phase underway. And honestly, I just want to fly through the hypertube again, so that's why I'm running back here. I'm a man who's easily amused. You leave me alone. Also, kind of weirded out by the fact that the belt phases through the hypertube. I'm sure that's not going to cause any problems. If I collide head first with one of these things, it's not going to cause any serious injuries, is it? Oh, let's find out. Oh, narrowly missed that one. It's fine. It's fun soaring past all of my stuff, though. These are going to be a very important part of the factory once it gets into, you know, next stages of development. Because I want trains, I want hypertubes, I want fucking everything going everywhere. It's going to be great. But I want to have it all uniform and, you know, kind of like neatly organised. You know, there's going to be like dedicated train tracks that will have, you know, hypertubes flying above and around them, that sort of stuff. And I want to set up like some kind of hypertube hub so that I've got like a place that, you know, if I jump in a hypertube that takes me to the hub, then I've got like hypertube links that will take me to any center of production or something like that. You know, if I set up new outposts everywhere, I want to be able to launch out to like a hypertube hub that will take me to anywhere that's involving iron productions, and then I can take one to, say, you know, wherever's making iron plate or wherever's making reinforced plate or whatever way this thing develops. Like, I've got plans for it. I don't have like kind of solid ideas of how I want to go about doing it, but I've got like a vague idea in my head. But first we've got to get like all of the standard base productions up and running first so that we can just have the materials to work with. And that's kind of, you know, that's still where we're at the moment. And I know I keep saying this, but I run out of things to say because I'm not a very interesting person and I need to put some sort of commentary on there. I'm waiting for these fucking belts because they're so slow and I didn't choose to speed them up. It's fine. The materials are here. We'll get loaded into this thing eventually, and we can just send it off. Right. Yeah, smart plating and the frameworks are loaded. Wiring? Go on. Please start going in. There we go, it's finally underway. Okay. And we're ready. Seal it. And let's send it. Boom. Ah. Nice. Enjoy the payload, Victor. I'm sure it's going to be full of lovely stuff. Oh. Bye. Okay. Next up... Oh, more versatile frameworks. Okay, that's fine. That's getting loaded. Then we need modular engines. Fucking hell, 2,500 frameworks. It's going to be loading for a while. Modular engines, Project Part 4, and adaptive control units. Ooh. I wonder how we unlock those, or what they're produced in. So, to that effect, let's go and check the hub, see what it tells us. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're in. So now we have oil processing. That gets us the oil extractor, no longer called the oil pump. The refinery. These are all pipeline based now. The refinery does have a solid input, not just liquid. We've got plastic, rubber, fuel, liquidized now. Petroleum coke, a carbon-rich material distilled from heavy oil residue, used as a less efficient coal replacement or for aluminium refinement. Ooh. Circuit boards, which have had a nice redesign, which I can't remember, did we look at before? I think we did. Then a scanner update for crude oil. Industrial manufacturing gets us the manufacturer, the truck, the computer, modular engines, and adaptive control units. Okay, so both of those come under industrial manufacturing. They're probably going to involve the manufacturer for their production with that in mind. Alternative fluid transport gives us the bigger fluid buffer and the ability to package fluids. Liquid biofuel. Okay. That's the most efficient form of biomass. So I'm presuming we're taking the solid biofuel and liquidizing it, or liquidating it, however you want to put that. Then there's the gas mask, and then on tier 6 we've got expanded power, which gets us the fuel generator, Mark IV conveyors, a scanner update for Caterium that we already have, so I suppose in case you haven't got that yet. The jetpack, and train technology. Okay, well first off I think we're going to have to go with oil processing, but we do need to get motors and encased industrial beams in production, so we're going to set that up, and then we've got some more work to do. I mean, I kind of want to know if the other stuff that's going to be going into this, like, I'd like to check to see what it's going to include. What's it going to require? I think it required plastic, so it may not be something that we can even kind of inspect at the moment. Yeah, we need plastic, we need rubber for it as well, and obviously motors, so... Okay, yeah, we're going to have to go for oil processing first, which means we just need to do a bit more steel production. That's not, the end of the world. That's pretty reasonable, actually. I know we've got more coal over this way. We could do with finding some more iron. And then we'd need some limestone, which we've got over that way as well. One thing I'm thinking of doing, and I may do between episodes, just because it would make things a little bit easier, is I want to streamline some of the inputs coming in for all of this iron. Because all of this is still running on Mark 1 belts, nothing, or Mark 1 miners, sorry, nothing's overclocked. So we could really improve the efficiency on this by streamlining everything down, and we can overproduce on stuff as well. So we might be able to get a little bit more out of what we have around here and use that for some steel production, which I think would be a very wise decision. I mean, as it stands, how much are we requiring for this whole setup? So that's 60, 120, 240, 270. Okay, so a Mark II miner and a single impure node would handle all of this. Because that's pretty much the only thing that needs to be changed with this. I think this is a Mark 1... or Mark... yeah, it's a pure node with a Mark 1 miner on it. Yeah, we got some improvements that can be made. And then we need 120, 240, and then 300 for this side. Okay, what I may do... let's get over to the hub. Because we need to go and produce... we need to build some more miners. Let's just get some of this stuff out of here as well. Right, so that's 8 portable miners. Be enough for me to upgrade quite a few of the Mark 1s that we've got lying around. We've also got this that I could do something with. Because I've shut all this down anyway. Because I had quite a lot of iron that I'm probably going to need again at some point. But, yeah. So I think, yeah, that's going to be my plan going forward. We're gonna set up like a small little steel production hub. It's not going to be anything too fancy, I don't think. But I'm going to take the iron nodes that we've currently got around here, and we're going to overclock them as much as we can, and just, well, we'll improve the outputs to a reasonable standard. I don't know if we'll be overclocking every single thing. It depends on what the outputs are going to be like, what the belts can support, because there's no point in my overclocking a Mark II miner on a pure node. Because, you know, unless I can overclock it to just give it an extra 30 production, you know, an extra 30 items a minute, then, you know, that would be the only reason to do that. But I'll look at that between episodes. For now, I'm rather happy to have shown off some new stuff and sent off the next space elevator phase. Looking at my gravity-defying coffee again. Isn't it just amazing? Look at it. It's not even dribbling out the cup. It's absolutely fantastic. Look at it go. That is... oh, God, that's actually kind of making me dizzy. Don't do that. Ah! Just drink your coffee. Oh, God, that's better. Right. I'm going to make myself throw up one of these days. I'm going to wrap this episode up here and just say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the playlist on the channel for more Let's Plays and metal covers, and give this video a like or a comment just to leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, subscribe on YouTube, chuck me a follow over on Twitch, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon and becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I will catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off. Over the fucking... I was going to say overboard, but... don't touch me.
A buoyant barnacle-covered beauty.
There's no way to talk about the missus.